Well, welcome to Pembroke, North Carolina. A pretty nice Wednesday afternoon. It is getting a little bit cooler. The clouds rolling in, but we have avoided rain. So we have doubleheader action today between Fayetteville State, the Broncos, and your UNCP Braves. Trevor Williams alongside Alex Cooper. And Alex, we're going to get used to this setup now over the next few days. The Braves will be home 3 more times this week for doubleheaders. This will be a lot of fun to watch the Braves in action here at home, and they're happy to be back home after a long ways away from the UNCP softball field.
Yeah, the Braves played well away from home this season, despite being on the road lately. A 9-3 mark away from Pembroke. Just 7-9 here at the UNCP softball field, trying to bring that record back up to 500 at 9-9 with a sweep of the Fayetteville State Broncos today. Braves 18-6 in non-conference action, and this will be a non-conference doubleheader between the Braves and the I-95 rivals, Fayetteville State Broncos.
That's going to be a lot of fun to watch that. We're going to go through both the lineups when we get a shot here. First, they're going to have the anthems at the UNCP softball field. We'll come back, run you through the cards, and then we will get you underway this afternoon with Braves softball. That'll be coming to you in just a moment here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Welcome back to the UNCP softball field. Braves getting ready to take on Fayetteville State, and we're going to run through the starting lineups to give those to you, Alex Cooper.
First for the visiting Broncos of Fayetteville State, coming in with a 4-16 mark, 3-3 in the CIAA. Leading off center fielder 15, Maggie Smith. The shortstop, Brittany Lee, will bat second. Batting third, the catcher, Shakara Goins. Batting fourth, left fielder number 4, Haley Knowles. The third baseman, number 24, Madison Mendoza, bats fifth. Batting 6th, the second baseman, number 5, Courtney Pierre. Ashlyn Zook will do the pitching and bat 7th. She'll wear number 22. Batting 8th, the right fielder, number 53, Rachel Rodriguez. And batting 9th, the first baseman, number 8, Nikki Brown. Once again, that's Smith, Lee Goins, Knowles, Mendoza, Pierre, Zook, Rodriguez, Brown. For the Braves, leading off, Rindy Weatherington. Batting 2nd, Haley Epperson. Taylor Gerhardt will bat 3rd, Jamie Johnson 4th, Tatum Brummett 5th, Jordan Adcox in the 6th hole, Lexi Cox in the 7th hole, Nelson bats 8th, Mary Sells bats 9th. We'll give you a little more info about that when the Braves come to bat. But once again, Weatherington, Epperson, Gerhardt, Johnson, Brummett, Adcox, Cox, Nelson Sells, excuse me, Trevor. And doing the pitching today for the Braves, sophomore righty Mallory Leviner.
We just saw those numbers up on the screen with the 3.89 ERA, and this will be the 18th appearance, 16th start for Mallory. 7-5 this year for Leviner, 84 2/3 innings, 47 earned runs, 63 strikeouts to a total of 36 walks. And the first ball in play to right field, a fly ball out there for the Braves right fielder in the spot. Epperson able to make the catch right away. 1 pitch, 1 out, not a bad start here for UNCP.
Now batting shortstop number 16, Brittany Lee.
Next up for Fayetteville State, Brittany Lee. Lee, a senior, hitting .279 this year. Leviner tossing a strike past Lee. Benny McMurray, home plate umpire, Doug Spate in the field. Our weather was just over 75 degrees with 15-mile-an-hour winds. The grounder foul off the bat of Lee. 4 seniors at the top of this lineup for Jackie Stickley and the Broncos. Leviner just the sophomore, but has had plenty of experience.
Yeah, Leviner already making her 16th start of her sophomore campaign, throwing over 84 innings.
It gets the strikeout right there. Great start for the Braves. They quickly retire 2, and Mallory Leviner was strikeout number 64 on the season.
Just the start the Braves were looking for. Talked to Coach Bennett pregame. She wants her pitchers to attack this Fayetteville State Broncos lineup. The Fayetteville State hitting .278 as a team. Thinks her pitchers have a little bit of an advantage there. Going to come right after them, make them put the ball in play or get strikeouts as we saw there.
A pop-up out-of-play foul on the third base side. Braves coming into play 20-12 on the year. 4-16 for Fayetteville State. 1-2 after another one fouled off, this time by Shakara Goins.
I was talking to the Fayetteville State coach Jackie Stickley pregame. A team that went 23-17 last year, Trevor. Lost their 2 top pitchers.
Yep.
Not even to graduation. They both just moved out of town. So they've been struggling in the circle in ERA as a team over 8. So trying to get the identity back of this team is Coach Stickley. And right now, like you said, struggled to a 4-16 campaign thus far.
Braves on the other side, about halfway through that PBC slate at 2-6 in conference action. Getting some momentum rolling right now. Leviner just missing, trying for the lower outside edge. Hard to believe Leviner's only a sophomore, feels like a veteran pitcher. In the air, shallow left field. That time the Braves will pay the price for being up a little bit tighter. Falls for the base hit for Goins. Haley Knowles will be next up in the first hit of the afternoon for Fayetteville State.
Yeah, good at bat there from Shakara Goins. Fell behind in the count before Coach Stickley called timeout, had a word with her, took a ball, and then just poked one in the left field. You saw the left fielder Cox make a diving attempt off the end of her glove. But nonetheless, the first hit of the game for the Broncos.
As Alex said at the top of the inning, it's Cox in left, Sells in center, Epperson in right. Lower outside edge, a strike to the new batter, Knowles. Johnson at third, Gerhardt at short, Weatherington at second, Brummett at first for the Braves, and Nelson does the catching for Leviner. Quickly a driver's seat for Mallory Leviner. No balls and 2 strikes.
Leviner doing a good job getting ahead of batters. She said she got the first one on the first pitch. She got ahead before the strikeout, even got ahead of Goins before the base hit, and quickly 0-2 on Knowles. 10 pitches, already 9 strikes for the sophomore righty.
4th batter faced for Leviner. Tried to use that drop ball to see if she could get Knowles to go down out of the zone, but could not.
And Goins scampered back to first in plenty of time there. Nelson trying to pick her off.
A sure arm, but to watch out for Nelson behind the plate. Pop up right there on the infield, and Nelson able to make the grab for the Braves as they allow a hit in the top half of the first, but no runs scored, no errors, and 1 runner left on for the Broncos. Braves swing next when we return on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Back in Pembroke, headed to the bottom half of the first inning. No score. Trevor Williams alongside Alex Cooper. Alex ran us through that batting order for the Braves as they face off against right-hander Ashlyn Zook. The freshman with a 7.84 ERA this year, 2-7 record. This will be appearance number 13th and her 10th start. Has thrown 4 complete games this year as opposed to the 6 on the other side for Mallory Leviner and the Braves. And it has been 50 innings on the season for Zook with 56 earned runs. 22 strikeouts to 49 walks, though, a problem for the starter.
Yeah, the Braves going to want to take some pitches, see if they can get ahead in the count on Zook. This year as a team, the Braves have drawn 114 walks, struck out 112 times, so a ratio over 1 walks to strikeouts, a 319 batting average for the Braves, getting on base at a 416 clip. So this Braves offense has been proficient as always.
Randy Weatherington to lead off for the Braves. Almost wore it inside, they said did. Caught the left shoulder. So Weatherington right away aboard for the Braves.
The 7th hit by pitch for Ashlyn Zook, and Randy Weatherington wears her 8th pitch of the season.
Now batting, right fielder, number 8, Haley.
Fly ball by Epperson to right field, who's the second to the plate for the Braves, and that's caught on the run out of right by Rodriguez. 1 gone for UNCP. Around that outfield for Fayetteville State, it is Rachel Rodriguez in right. Then you find Maggie Smith in center, Haley Knowles in left. Madison Mendoza at third, the shortstop Brittany Lee at second base, Courtney Pierre. First base belongs to Nikki Brown, and the catching done by Shakara Goins. Runner in motion for the Braves, a swing to protect on the inner half, and a very easy steal for Randy Weatherington.
Steal number 13, a team high for the Braves second baseman, now 13 of 15 on the base paths. And the Braves with 63 stolen bases now as a team.
Just under 90% those stolen base tries for Weatherington. Had a huge extended lead at second on the pitch away to Gerhardt.
And Coach Brittany Bennett has proven this season she's not afraid to try to steal third base. A lot of coaches get them to second and wait there for the base hit. Coach Bennett likes to get them to third. That way they score. Infield single, wild pitch, pass ball, a lot more options to score from third.
Inside offering, missing there to Gerhardt. Now ahead 2 balls and a strike in her at bat.
Gerhardt 292 in her senior season with the Braves, but getting on base at a 427 mark.
Pitch too high up above the letters. 3-1.
That's thanks to 21 walks for the Braves shortstop, and earlier this season, Taylor did become the all-time UNCP leader in walks with her 64th. She's now well over 64, and they give her 22 this season.
2 on for the Braves, 1 via batter hit by pitch, and now on a walk as well. And we'd be remiss, it is Superhero Day at the ballpark. We're talking about first responders, and there's a great conglomerate of first responders that are cheering on Taylor Gerhardt from New Jersey right now.
Jamie Johnson.
I want to give a shout out to the fire department up in New Jersey. I'm sure Mr. Jeff Gerhardt's got them all gathered up.
Chance for a double steal for the Braves, and it is successful. Weatherington leads the charge, and then Taylor Gerhardt to second. Got to get the Firehouse hooping and hollering. Second and third, 1 gone in the first.
Yeah, before we came on air, we did have 3 first responders, 2 first responders and a United States military serviceman throw out a couple of first pitches for us.
A strike over to Jamie Johnson to even the count. Johnson in her usual way, batting .453, .532 on base percentage, slugging .800. It's 2 balls and a strike. Pitch in the dirt.
Johnson coming off a Peach Belt Conference Player of the Week nod last week. She had 3 home runs in 4 games, hit over 500. I believe it was 583 in the quartet of games. 4 Braves wins. UNCP swept Johnson C. Smith and Peach Belt Conference rival Fayetteville State on the road.
Francis Marion, we're talking.
Yes.
3 balls, 1 strike.
What did I say, Trevor?
Fayetteville State.
Fayetteville State.
Current
we're,
opponent.
We're currently working on that. Yes, we saw Johnson C. Smith and then Francis Marion down in Florence.
Correct. And ball 4 to Jamie Johnson. So the base is full for the Braves with 1 out in the home half of this first inning.
And in the pregame, Trevor, you mentioned the walk-to-strikeout ratio from pitcher Ashlyn Zook. It was 49-22, now 51-22, and she hit her 7th batter of the season. The Braves without a hit, and the bases are juiced.
Juiced for the freshman Tatum Brummett. Brummett batting .295 this year and has started 22 of 23 games as a freshman. We'll get to start ahead in the count. It's 13 pitches for Zook, and the catcher out to talk with her in this spot, Shakara Goins. Only 3 strikes of the 13 pitches, and clearly the problem so far.
Coach Bennett going to take this opportunity to have a word with her freshman first baseman.
At third base for the Braves, Weatherington, Gerhardt at second, Johnson at first. Strike on the outer half to Brummett.
A lot of speed on the base pass for UNCP. Anything that gets down on the outfield will score 2 most likely. Anything the gap, you got to think it'll score 3.
Big extended leads for the Braves after the pitch, where it's now a hitter's count for Tatum Brummett. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Center fielder, right fielder, shading Brummett a little bit to pull.
Pitch dropping outside, it's 3-1. We've already got a look at the weekend weather, Alex. It's going to play with the schedules a little bit of softball. Maybe baseball. We'll see how they do down at Francis Marion as a walk with those bases loaded to bring in the Braves' first run.
Brummett will pick up the RBI, her 17th of the season. That's 3rd best on the team. And with 3 walks and a hit batter in the first 4 batters for the Braves, Coach Jackie Stickley is going to have a word with her pitcher, Zook.
Bring that infield together as well to talk about it here in this first inning. A 1-0 lead for UNCP.
Brick killed a guy.
You were mentioning the weekend schedule, Trevor. Saturday's doubleheader, originally scheduled doubleheader for Saturday against Georgia Southwestern. Not 100%, but the Braves are looking to move that up to Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock. So if you're watching out there and we're planning on either coming to the ballpark or tuning in Saturday, go ahead and make those plans to do it Friday at 1 o'clock instead of Saturday. Sunday's senior day, still going to be on Sunday. A lot of fans, Braves with 6 seniors this year. going to come down and support them on Sunday. So now it'll be a Friday-Sunday doubleheader, most likely.
Brittany Bennett loves those seniors to death. Really good group has been with her a core throughout her career at UNCP now.
Now Jordan Adcock's digging in for the Braves. The reigning Peach Belt Conference Freshman of the Week, as the Braves brought home 2 of the 3 weekly awards last week. Adcock's getting her first consistent starts here in the past week or two. She hit her first 2 collegiate home runs and back-to-back at-bats at Johnson C. Smith last week.
It's really been impressive for the Braves. Has 9 runs driven in now in the season. This is start number 9 for Adcox. And able to take for another free pass to force in another Braves run, and they lead 2-0 in the first.
Another RBI for the freshman, and gets her into double digits at 10. Now 5 Braves with double-digit RBIs in the starting lineup.
This has been a team that's always had a good offense.
Peach Belt leaders last year in batting average at .325, and as I mentioned earlier, they're hitting .319 this season.
21 pitches, only 4 strikes for Zook, the starter, as the pitch off the hands lined at second base right away off the bat of Cox, and it's 2 gone for UNCP. Still bases full.
It'll take a 2-out hit from the catcher, Tony Nelson, if the Braves want to break this one open.
You certainly don't want to leave this spot in this first inning. It's Tony Nelson. Will stand in now for the Braves, the senior you see there out of Bear Creek. Trying to expand on the 2-0 advantage. On the inside half for Nelson for a strike. Runner at third base, Johnson. Brummett at second, Adcox at first. See time called. That wind's gonna wreak a little havoc behind the plate on especially the catcher and the home plate umpire. Kicking up dust there as well. Fouled off at the plate by Nelson. Zook a chance to get out of some trouble in this first inning with only 2 scoring. Has the grounder at short. Well played there from short, but it is a bad throw past the first baseman. Braves are going to net another run off of that. 2 runs will score, actually, excuse me. The first home on the grounder. It was a good play at first by Brittany Lee to scoop it, but the throw off target. Throwing error, E6 extends his first inning and gives the Braves a 4-0 advantage.
Yeah, no RBIs there for Nelson, but the Braves do score 2 to go up 4-0.
Braves now have at the plate Mary Sells.
At the plate for the Braves, center fielder number 1, Mary Sells.
Yeah, Sells is making start number 8, but a .290 hitter as a freshman, 9 for 31. She scored 9 runs and driven in 3.
The grounder at second, scooped, and a little underhand flip to first from Pierre over to Brown. Braves score 4 runs on no hits, 1 error, 2 runners left aboard. We head to the second right after this.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Back in Pembroke, North Carolina, top of the second coming your way as catcher Tony Nelson adjusts the equipment back there. It'll be 5, 6, 7, Mendoza, Pierre, and the pitcher Zook due up for Fayetteville State in the top of the second. If you're just joining us, the Braves scored 4 runs in the bottom of the first on no hits. Had a trio of walks, had an error, a hit batsman. Scored 4 runs without the benefit of a hit. Fayetteville State picked up their first hit with 2 outs in the top of the first. Mallory Leviner back to the circle for the Braves. 12 pitches in that first inning, 10 of those strikes. Her first battle in the top of the second will come against Madison Mendoza, the third baseman for the Broncos, a .357 hitter. She's 20 for 56 this season. She scored 13 runs, driven in 19 in the first pitch from Leviner. A changeup in the dirt for a ball. The count runs 1-0. The wind whipping straight out to center field as Leviner. It's 1-0 offering, inside corner for a strike, 1-1.
Thanks to Alex there for starting the second. Put out fires from time to time in our broadcast, but works out well. The next from Leviner, fouled off by Mendoza. Ball and 2 strikes now. Braves no hits in that first inning to score 4 runs. They were able to grab a ton of walks at the start of the contest, 4 of them. Leviner trying for another strikeout on her day, but leaves it outside, and a good job not to go after it by Mendoza.
Mendoza leads this squad with 7 home runs and 19 RBIs. Been their most effective hitter out of that 5-hole this season.
It's a strikeout, but it's away from Nelson down the line, and in safely on that pitch away from Nelson on the strikeout is Mendoza. So he'll still reach, able to beat out that ball in the dirt. The second base runner for Fayetteville State.
The second strikeout for Leviner. She'll reach first on the wild pitch.
Yep. End up in the dirt in front of Nelson, who tried her very best to block it for the Braves. Bunt to the first base side, up to get it is Brummett. Turns around, and a good cover by Weatherington at the bag. 1 away now as quickly Courtney Pierre gone on that sacrifice bunt. Moves the runner into scoring position for Fayetteville State.
22, Ashlyn Zook.
It'll be the first at bat of the game for the Broncos with the runner in scoring position here, and it'll be up to Ashlyn Zook, the pitcher, hitting 150 this season. Just 6 hits and 40 at bats.
First a strike from Leviner there. Braves have a very favorable record all time against Fayetteville State at 22-4.
13 out of the last 14 wins going the Braves' way.
Leviner, quick delivery and able to pass it right on past Zook for strike 2. You can hear that wind whipping here in Pembroke.
They were supposed to get gusts up to 25 miles per hour in southeast North Carolina today.
Leviner right there, the strikeout looking. 2 gone now for the Broncos. Mendoza stands at second base with 3 steals this year, hasn't been caught.
53, Rachel Rodriguez.
Rachel Rodriguez, a chance to try to keep the second going for Fayetteville State. Leviner's already posted 3 strikeouts through an inning and 2/3. Just low inside to Rodriguez. Rodriguez batting .348 this year. 13 runs driven in. Has 7 extra base hits, including 4 homers. Turns away from the offering from Leviner.
Leviner did set a career high in strikeouts earlier this season. She had 8 in a complete game win against Emmanuel. And Leviner already surpassed her freshman total in strikeouts, 58 as a freshman, already 66 this season as a sophomore. And like you said, still over half the Peach Belt Conference season remaining.
Delivered that 2-0 out of the circle to get back into the count at 2 balls and a strike. We were talking before the game, but it seems like a long time since we've had a non-windy game at the UNCP softball field, as this gust pushes it into left center, trying to make the catch on the run, Cox, but it's in and out of the glove. That's going to be an error in left field for the Braves to score the run for the Broncos. Off the bat, Rodriguez, Cox had a beat on it, but couldn't see it all the way in, and Fayetteville State has its first run of the day.
An unearned run there going against Mallory Leviner. Just her 6th unearned run of the season, so the defense has been strong behind her thus far, but lets her down here in the top of the 2nd.
Nikki Brown, the last to the plate for the first time through the order for Leviner. Leviner getting right back into that strike-throwing rhythm. Missed on the lower inside edge to even it at 1.
Rodriguez down at first, 2 for 2 in stolen bases.
And her half missing again to Brown.
And it's got to be tough for a pitcher when you're throwing so many strikes and you think you got out of an inning, and then your defense lets you down. You got to come back and throw more pitches. Leviner going to be pitch number 29.
Snap throw back to first. Not going to be there from Nelson, but a good effort. It's still 2-2. The upcoming games now this weekend: Georgia Southwestern, Columbus State. Back into PBC play for the Braves. Grounder at short, trying to gobble it up Gerhardt, but in and out of the glove and an error at short for Taylor Gerhardt. Back-to-back errors for the Braves, and now we talked about that, Alex. Instead of 3 outs, now you're picking up a 4th out, having to pick up a 5th out. That's piling up on him here in the 2nd.
Yeah, the Braves a decent fielding team, coming in with a .959 fielding percentage, but 2 errors in the 2nd inning has give Fayetteville State some life. Already 1 run across, another base hit, could plate 1, maybe 2 more.
First and 2nd with the 2 gone. Able to get the swing through Leviners. It's back to the top of the order with Maggie Smith. Braves outside of this doubleheader with Fayetteville State have a total of 3 non-conference doubleheaders left: Barton, Shawan, and Winston-Salem State. At short, Gerhardt a chance for redemption. What a diving stop, and the flip to Wetherington for out number 3. That's how you get it back for the Braves. 1 run for Fayetteville State, no hits, 2 errors, and 2 left. We go to the home half inning, number 2, after this.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
4-1 lead for UNCP, home half of the 2nd next. The Braves will say it could have been 4-0 still in the bottom of the 2nd. A couple errors in the top half made them get 5 outs in the inning, and they will start off the bottom of inning number 2 with Randy Wetherington. As they sent 9 to the plate in the 1st inning. Trevor Williams alongside Alex Cooper. Wetherington to face the offering from Zook, and it's outside.
Wetherington hit by a pitch on the first offering of the game in the bottom of the 1st, and she came around to score. on a walk, a bases-loaded walk.
Braves have one batter hit, 4 walks in that first inning, and Weatherington taking strike to even things up. Weatherington for the Braves from out of Vanceboro, North Carolina. Sophomore utility pokes it on the ground past third. Under the glove of Mendoza into left field for a base hit. That is the Braves' first hit of the day. Yes, you're hearing that right. Even with the 4-1 lead, we mentioned the amount of walks and the batter hit by a pitch in that first inning, along with an error that helped out the Braves.
Yeah, just 2 of the 4 runs going against the pitcher Ashlyn Zook in that first inning, thanks to that error with 2 outs. The shortstop Lee with the errant throw.
Swing through on the runner stealing. Weatherington gets to second safely, and it's passed into center. Weatherington another steal, give Rendy a 3rd steal on her day already, as she had a straight steal of second, a double steal in the first, and now again a steal of second.
Yeah, 15 stolen bases now in 17 attempts.
Taking on that offering, Epperson. No balls and 2 strikes.
Epperson flew out to right in the first inning on the first pitch she saw.
Braves are swinging early those first couple at-bats in the first. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Epperson. Hits .278 this year with the runners in scoring position. Braves 0 for 3 in that spot today in this young game. It's down past the feet of Epperson, bouncing away from the catcher Goins for a moment. That allowed Weatherington 60 more feet to third.
Another wild pitch for Goins. Her 7th of the season, go along with 7 hit batters.
And a full count to Haley Epperson. Braves happy to see a runner at third with none gone. Chance for Epperson to convert in the second. Has driven in 9 this season and takes 4-ball-4. Close pitch on the inside, had to wait to get the confirmation from Benny McMurray at home.
Coming to the day, Braves with 4 of the 9 in the starting lineup with double-digit RBIs, and you had 3 more who were sitting at 9. Jordan Adcox picked up an RBI in the first inning to get her to 10. So Tony Nelson and Haley Epperson sitting at 9 RBIs, looking to get number 10 here today against Fayetteville State.
Discussion in from third base for the Broncos as Madison Mendoza came down the line to have a chat with Shakara Goins.
See what kind of play Coach Bennett puts on with a speedy runner at first.
There is that runner taking off. The throw to second, trying to cut it down. The second baseman out there, Courtney Pierre. The steal, though, for Haley Epperson to make it second and third.
Pitch called a ball, so 1-0 the count on Gerhardt.
And Haley's still not been caught on the base paths this year. Not too high to Gerhardt to make it 2 balls and no strikes.
It's not the part of the Braves lineup you want to face if you're Ashlyn Zook with runners on base. Gerhardt 23 RBIs, Johnson with 30, and then Tatum Brummett with 17, your next 3 opponents.
2-2 the count, or 2-1 the count, excuse me. Back into that count. Ashlyn Zook now goes wide for ball 3.
It's the 40th pitch for the Broncos freshman. Just 14 strikes in 40 pitches.
Mentioned had a strikeout to walk ratio that was nearly double the wrong way. Gerhardt's grounder fouled the third base line. Gerhardt got wrapped up with the third baseman Madison Mendoza. Second and third, none gone. Chance for the Braves to add 2, an early advantage. And a swing and a miss. Strikeout there for Taylor Gerhardt. Now 1 gone for the Braves, and Jamie Johnson is next.
And just when you thought you got to strike out, a little confidence, and then you got to face the returning All-American. And Jamie Johnson, the .453 hitter, leads the Braves with 30 RBIs this season.
Maybe one of those players, as Johnson takes strike 1, that warrants getting pitched around in a situation like this. Yeah, you would load up the bases, but in some cases that is possible that, you want to load the bases instead of face Jamie Johnson.
Especially with the base open. It's not like you're advancing any runners on the base pass. You've already got 2 in scoring position. So you put a runner on first. She's 180 feet from home plate.
Johnson hits it hard left side. This is going to score a run for the Braves. The throw not in time, and Jamie Johnson with the infield single to drive in a 5th run for UNCP and a 31st on the year for Jamie.
Yeah, good speed from Johnson. His 11 stolen bases this season. No chance for the shortstop Lee to get her after she backhanded that one in the hole.
5-1 advantage for the Braves. Now Tatum Brummett a chance to keep it rolling. Brummett, one of 3 freshmen on the lineup today. Brummett, Adcock sitting back-to-back as Johnson can easily take second.
Brummett an RBI walk in the first inning. That was RBI 17 for the first baseman. Trying to creep over that 300 mark in batting average, sits at 295 at the moment.
Ahead this count, Tatum Brummett 2 balls and no strikes. Braves already a ton of stolen bases today. 1 for 5. They're hitting with runners in scoring position. Jamie Johnson just had the 1. It's 3-0 to Tatum Brummett. We mentioned RBI 31 for Johnson. Braves building a nice lead for starter Mallory Leviner in the early stages. Strike there on the inside edge to Brummett to get Zook back into the count.
Yeah, the score 5-1. The Braves with a 4-run lead, but if you think it could be a lot worse, the Braves just 1 for 6 with runners on base and 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. So Zook limiting the damage until now.
Into the gap, Brummett gonna roll it all the way to the fence. Brummett's to second. Will stop there with the 2 RBI stand-up double. 5th double for Tatum Brummett. RBIs 18 and 19.
I mentioned Zook limiting the damage, and then the first extra base hit of the day off the bat of Tatum Brummett. Her 5th double and 6 extra base hit to go along with 1 triple this season.
It's as if Tatum could hear you up here challenging her. She should take that, Alex.
Challenge accepted.
Into right center for a 7-1 Brave lead.
That does get Brummett over the 300 mark, a 306 hitter now in her freshman campaign.
Up too high to the Braves' next batter, Jordan Adcox. We mentioned the designated player. Back-to-back freshman bats at the plate between Brummett and Adcox, and then Mary sells the 3rd of those in the 9 spot in this order today.
An interesting dynamic from Coach Brittany Bennett. Her 9 hitters, all either, 8 of the 9, freshmen or seniors. She's got Weatherington at the top as a sophomore. Her pitchers are sophomore. Other than that, a lineup built of 1st years and 4th years.
1 and 2 strikes now as that was fouled off by Adcox. And Brittany Bennett will credit this senior group we mentioned with Senior Day coming up on Sunday that they've done a great job of bringing the rest of this team along, kind of showing them the way, showing them how Brittany Bennett likes the game played, how the Braves play softball, and it's worked out really well to have them help grow those players. This is back to left, over the head of the left fielder Knowles and off the wall. Gonna score another for the Braves on the RBI double for Jordan Adcox. 11th ribby for Adcox, and just her 2nd double of the season.
The reigning Peach Belt Freshman of the Week makes it back-to-back doubles for the Braves. And Adcox bumps that batting average up to 394 in her freshman campaign. And she's going to be a mainstay in this Braves lineup, just like I said in her first at-bat, getting her first consistent starts of the season in the last week or 2. But she has made her name known in the Braves lineup and will be for 3 more years to come after this for Coach Brittany Bennett.
Lexi Cox able to take on the first offering of ball, no strikes. Now 8-1 UNCP on the strength of 4 hits here in the inning. 4 runs, no errors. Some clean softball played by the Braves here in the 2nd. They've been active on the base paths as well. Already the home side with 6 stolen bases. 3 of them belong to Rendy Weatherington. We'll see a visit from Jackie Stickley into the circle, and Zook kind of squeezing the right hand in and out, pumping that right arm, almost as if it's growing a little sore here in the bottom of the second.
We can't see the Fayetteville State bullpen, but the only other Broncos player with significant innings, and when I say significant, more than one inning for the Broncos, is Madison Mendoza. And she's currently the third baseman right now, so she will not have the chance to warm up. If she's called into action, she'll have to come over from her third base spot. But head coach Jackie Stickley going to stick with Zook.
It's a team that has only 10 players on its roster. That dugout is awfully lonely. Only one soul there on the first base side for Fayetteville State. Liner to left, and it gets down past the left fielder, Knowles. A hit up against the base of the fence, and it will be 2 bases for Lexi Cox.
3 doubles in a row now for the Braves. Brummett, Adcox, Cox, and 4 hits in a row if you go back to Johnson's infield single. It looks like the Braves have figured out Ashlyn Zook in the circle.
I'm going to go back to that at bat for Tatum Brummett. I think the whole dugout heard you, not just Tatum.
Maybe I'll start talking about it a little bit more.
As they are all into extra base hits, and Tony Nelson next for the Braves. 1 out, 8-run lead. 5 runs on 5 hits in the inning for UNCP. Nelson pops it up, foul ground first base side. It'll land harmlessly.
First baseman Nikki Brown gave it a look just out of her reach, and it clinged off the new nets in front of the dugouts.
Four in the first, 5 in the second for the Braves. Up too high to Nelson.
Nelson reached on the lone Broncos error in the first inning.
They so far have a run on a hit with that 1 error. Nelson able to take it again. It's too high. So 2-1.
The catcher Goins back there visibly upset. She did not get that call. If I have any advice for her, don't do that again. Home plate umpire Benny McMurray will not take kindly to the head nods.
Tony Nelson hitting it in foul ground down the left field line. It'll land harmlessly down there.
A pretty consistent but tight zone thus far for Mr. McMurray behind the plate.
It is a tough game. I mean, as a catcher, part of your responsibility is just to build that good relationship with the umpire, so that even when things aren't going your way eventually, if you have enough nice conversations there at the plate, things might start to work in your direction, just human nature. Still 2-2 here to Tony Nelson. That's where there's interesting debates all the way around about, you know, one day should umpires be replaced? Should there be robots calling balls and strikes and computerized strike zones? And I don't think we'd ever see it reach Division II softball or Division II baseball as Nelson takes a tough pitch. Able to walk this out to first, so it looks all right for the Braves.
Yeah, the 3rd time Nelson's been hit, but I agree, Trevor. If anything, it's going to go to Major League Baseball first, and there's a lot of people who disagree with it even going to Major League Baseball. It takes out the human element completely at that point. And even then, you got to have someone back there to call foul balls off the batter's legs, plays at the plate. There's so much that just the human element brings to the game, and I'm in the side that don't bring the robots in.
No.
The replay is enough for me at the moment, and even then, that slows down the game so much.
At short, the play made by Lee on over to first with Brown. 2 away now for the Braves. They do move the runners up on that ground out for Mary Sells. 2nd and 3rd, 8-run lead. I'm all with you. I've seen the movie, the iRobot movie. We don't need that.
They'll take over the game of baseball.
Here in softball, the Braves with a 8-run advantage.
And Wendy Weatherington already getting her 3rd at bat of the game here in the bottom of the 2nd. She was hit by a pitch and scored in the 1st, singled and scored earlier in this inning.
Braves brought all 9 to the plate in the 1st. With their 10th here of the 2nd, and Weatherington going to work it in fair down the right field line. Another 2 for UNCP. Weatherington has had the good speed today and was able to dig for second on the bloop shot double down the right field line for a pair of runs driven in for Randy Weatherington.
Weatherington just pokes that one out to right field, lands about 3 or 4 inches inside the right field line. Her first extra base hit of the season for the sophomore, and she goes 2 for 2 now today, raising that batting average 34 points up to 234.
And only 4th and 5th runs driven in of the year, so you know Randy's feeling good now this afternoon with 3 stolen bases to go alongside it as well.
And Coach Bennett wants that speed, that contact at the top of the order, and hopefully Randy will settle in now.
Epperson on the ball to right, caught on the run out in right field by Rodriguez, and that'll do it for the second for the Braves. 7 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on as we head to inning number 3, and the Braves lead by 10.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Back at UNCP softball field where it is a 10-run lead for UNCP, and now with the call in the 3rd inning, here is Alex Cooper.
2-3-4 due up for the Broncos. Lee, Goins, and Knowles. Goins with the lone Broncos hit. She'll be due up second. But first, the shortstop, Lee, Brittany Lee, that is. Lee struck out swinging in the first inning, a 273 hitter now. And Mallory Leviner back to the circle for UNCP. 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run. It was not earned. It scored thanks to one of the 2 Braves errors. Leviner 3 strikeouts through the first 2 innings. Just 32 pitches, 24 strikes. She's really settled in the circle nice. In her 16th start of the season. Her first offering to Lee, outside corner strike 0-1.
Had 32 pitches coming into the inning. Of those 32, 24 were for strikes.
Leal squared a bunt, foul that one straight back through the legs of the home plate umpire, Benny McMurray, and Leviner's ahead 0-2.
Fans continuing to settle in today. Doubleheader action midweek in Pembroke. Students out of class most of the way at this point. Maybe some labs left, some evening classes, but a lot of folks here at UNCP softball field.
Leviner's 0-2, tried to get Lee to chase. That one misses outside for a ball. The Braves in the home whites that they've employed a few times here at the UNCP softball field this season. I think the Braves have rotated through 5 different uniforms. Strike 3 swinging. And Lee will go down on strikes. The 4th strikeout in the first 3 innings for Mallory Leviner.
Heck of a start for Mallory. And we keep talking about it week after week. Tremendous upside for the Braves and head coach Brittany Bennett. Has already achieved so much, and you would expect that as her career continues to go, she's going to become one of the most decorated pitchers in UNCP history.
Leviner's first pitch to Goins. Goins swings and misses. An aggressive swing there. She was looking for her 2nd hit of the day. She singled to left field in the first inning. Same type of swing on the 0-1, and Leviner's way ahead 0-2.
Leviner's did a nice job changing speeds today. Going inside out. Right now working that outer edge.
This one misses outside. Goins does not chase. The count's 1-2.
Goins has that only hit today for Fayetteville State, a single back in the first.
The 1-2 offering from Leviner. Changeup swung on and missed. Leviner strikeout number 5 through 2 2/3.
Really great start from Mallory. He can't continue to say enough about it. He's already got a pair here in the third and really looks just very comfortable.
Last season against this same Fayetteville State team, Leviner complete game shutout. 2 hits, 5 strikeouts up in Fayetteville. And the first pitch to Knowles misses high for a ball. So Leviner has some success in her history against the Broncos. Won't be a shutout today, but still looking for complete game number 7 this season. That one grounded to third off Johnson's glove. She'll recover field, throw on to first in time. Jamie Johnson stays with it and records the third out. A 1-2-3 inning for Leviner. And we've played 2.5. Your score, Braves 11, Broncos 1 on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Welcome back to the UNCP softball field. Latter half of the third inning coming your way. Braves looking to build on a 10-run lead. It'll look like Coach Brittany Bennett will employ some changes here in the bottom of the third. Get some pitch hitters in, get some players who don't normally see regular playing time, get them some at-bats with a 10-run lead. And the first one will do that will be pinch hitter Alyssa Price.
Price, a junior, transfer into the Braves from Sarasota, Florida. One of 2 Florida natives. Only one of a total of 6 players on the Braves roster not from the great state of North Carolina.
Price, a .333 hitter, making her 15th appearance. She's 7 for 21 at the dish. She scored 6 runs and driven in 4, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts.
So we'll
go ahead.
Benny McMurray, excuse me, he's going down to explain all the changes that are about to happen here in this inning as well.
Yeah, Coach Bennett went ahead and just probably gave the umpire all the changes that were going to come along. We'll go through those with you as they come to the plate.
Yeah.
Try not to overwhelm you with knowledge. We'll stick with the first pinch hitter, Price. The right-hander will most likely take over for Taylor Gerhardt at short.
I don't know about you, Alex. I don't typically overwhelm people with a lot of knowledge. That's not.
That's what I'm here for, Trevor.
That's what you're doing.
That's what I bring to the broadcast. Lots of knowledge. It's a little bit of a delay here as Benny McMurray goes through all the changes. Looks like he's ready to go. Jog back behind home plate. As you see Alyssa Price there, the junior from Sarasota, Florida. Still Ashlyn Zook in the circle for the Broncos. Her 69th pitch on the way. Line right back up the middle, but caught. The second baseman, Pierre, makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the third for Zook.
We'll see how Zook can settle in. ERA has gone up a little bit to 8.75 now. Mentioned carries a bulk of the pitching responsibility for Fayetteville State, which has really 2 pitchers at its disposal.
This next pinch hitter, Caitlin Norton, the .444 hitter. She had enough at-bats to qualify. She'd be the second leading hitter on the team. She's 12 for 27. She takes strike 1 outside corner.
So Norton got to take over in the spot of Johnson, who went 1 for 1, knocked in a run and scored twice.
The 0-1 in the dirt and inside for a ball, 1-1. Norton 1 double, 2 triples to her credit. Driven in 5, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 8 for 9 on the base pass. Been a regular pinch runner for Coach Brittany Bennett this season. Making her 20th appearance here in game number 33, or 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike, and Norton's behind 1-2.
It'll be fun to watch a lot of different faces get looks the back portion of this game.
Zook's 1-2 delivery outside. A good block in the dirt from the catcher Goins. And the count runs even 2-2.
It's kind of cool too. I mean, this program from top to bottom has so many great parents and supporters and people that make it out all the time to UNCP softball field. We've joked that we want to know what some of these parents do for work, and we want those jobs because you're just available to travel midweek. But the support's amazing. You know, they're going to be happy to see so many different Braves today.
Yeah, one of those Braves is Caitlin Norton. Catches that one off the left bicep. That's the first time she's been hit by a pitch this season, and she'll trot down to first. We'll have another pinch hitter. This time it'll be number 4, Carly Brooks, one of the 6 seniors for the Braves. Listed as a redshirt junior on the roster, as you see there on your screen. This will be her last season as a Brave, and she'll take ball 1 up and in. Missed all of last season with an injury. It's the redshirt status.
Of course, you know, again, a similar thing we've seen, especially like with the soccer program at UNCP, so many players who are going to be able to graduate on time. I mean, obviously, the Braves very good in the classroom as well, and that pays huge dividends. And sometimes you don't see a player stick around all the way for what's an athletic senior season after they've already had their academic.
If they're not pursuing grad school here at UNCP, they usually move on to pursue that grad school somewhere else or find a job. A good GPA overall in the athletic program here at UNCP. Pride themselves on not only the athletics but the academic side as well, as the 2-1 offering from Zook misses low, and Brooks in a nice hitter's count at 3-1.
It's going to be amazing to see the campus continue to grow as well, especially with NC Promise kicking in here shortly at UNCP. It's going to really change the demographics of the school. It's going to allow a lot of really good students into the school who might not have had opportunities in other places, and it's going to be big time for Southeastern North Carolina.
Brooks takes that one inside corner, 3-2. The full count offering, skied center field. Center fielder coming on, makes the catch, and Norton will retreat to first. And 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. No pinch hitter this time. It'll still be the designated player Adcox. She's 1 for 1. She had an RBI bases loaded walk in the first and an RBI double in the second. She's driven in 2, scored once. So a good day for the Braves designated player. She takes strike 1. Now a .394 hitter is Jordan Adcox, looking to be the 4th Braves hitter to eclipse that 400 mark. This one grounded left side foul.
Had a great at-bat in the second, Adcox on the double off the fence and left. Really clubbed it strong to left field. Put it about midway up the mini monster, you call it UNCP softball field.
That was one of 6 Braves hits in that second inning. This one misses outside for a ball 1-2, much to the displeasure of the catcher Goins. All 6 Braves hits coming in the second. None in the first, none here in the third. 11 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors, and 1's across the line for Fayetteville State. That one's foul, as exclaimed by home plate umpire Benny McMurray. Third baseman Mendoza was all over it if it was fair, though.
That was a nice backhanded play at third by Mendoza to stop it there right at the line.
It's Brittany Bennett going to call time and have a word with her freshman right-hander. Norton down at first does have speed. Like I said, 8 for 9 in stolen bases, but it looks like Coach Brittany Bennett going to be done stealing bases for game 1 as long as the score remains a 10-run lead for the Braves.
Yeah, you see a lot of teams in 10, kind of that magic number. You get to 10, it's kind of, okay, call the dogs off and see what happens. They're certainly aggressive early, and that's the style of play for UNCP. Like to move on the base paths, put a lot of different plays on, and keep defenses and pitchers on their toes.
Norton down at first as Adcox digs back in with a 1-2 count. This will be pitch number 85 from righty Ashlyn Zook. 40 strikes through her first 84. And the 1-2 offering. Grounded left side, I want to get through for the Braves. 7th base hit, and a bobble out and left. That'll be error number 2 on the Broncos, as the runners will advance both into scoring position. But Jordan Adcox picks up her 2nd hit of the day.
Now the Braves a couple in scoring position, a chance to convert. They again will not make a change in this next at-bat, with it still being Lexi Cox. And Cox so far 1 for 2. Trying to add to this day for UNCP. The player who bats over 350 for Brittany Bennett at 361.
So 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors now for Fayetteville State. That was the 7th hit for the Braves. And Lexi Cox will take strike 1 on the inside corner. Cox 1 for 2, lined out in the first, doubled an RBI double in the second before she came around to score.
It was part of those 3 straight doubles for the Braves.
This one's fouled off toward Coach Brittany Bennett, down in a nice fielding position. Corrals that one and tosses it back in play. Zook ahead 0-2 here on the Braves left fielder.
Lights turning on here at the UNCP softball field as well. We haven't seen them a ton this year.
0-2 count. This is outside, going stops that one. And the count's 1-2. The Braves have played just 1 official night game this season. That one was game 2 of the doubleheader at Francis Marion. Looks like we'll have the 2nd this season. It'll be a home contest in game 2 against Fayetteville State. The 1-2 offering to Cox outside for a ball. In the NCAA, a 6 p.m. start will constitute a night game. Should be close to that in game 2. That's after daylight savings time. Before that, it's a 5 p.m. start, considered a night game. The 2-2 offering to Cox, strike 3. And the throw on down to first retires Cox for the 3rd out of the inning.
Cox is a little confused by the motion of the home plate umpire. She stopped running to first on that play. I don't think she would have gotten there anyways, but interesting enough there in the 3rd.
So no runs, 1 hit, 1 error. The Braves lead 2 in the 3rd inning. We're through 3 complete on the UNCP Sports Network. Braves lead Fayetteville State.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician, Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Back at the UNCP softball field, a couple defensive changes for you. All those pinch hitters stayed in on defense, so Price at short, Norton at 3rd, Brooks at 1st. Shelby Thomas will take over in right field. Bailey Hoke will take over in center. Jordan Adcox will move from designated player to catcher, and Tony Nelson will now be the designated player. So a new defensive lineup for the Braves. Cox in left, Hoke in center, and Thomas in right. Around the infield from left to right, Norton, Price, Weatherington, Brooks. Adcox does the catching, and Leviner back to the circle for her 4th inning of work. Her first opponent, the 3rd baseman, Mendoza. She checks her swing, but not in time. And Leviner ahead 0-1. You hear the wind whipping. It's blowing straight out to center field as the 0-1 offering swung on and missed. And Leviner quickly ahead, 0-2. Leviner already with 5 strikeouts through 3 innings. Just giving up the 1 hit, the one run was unearned. Yet to walk a batter. The hit was a single. The 0-2 pitch outside for a ball, 1-2. 45 pitches for Leviner, 33 strikes. Very efficient through 3+ innings. The 1-2 offering to Mendoza fouled straight back into the net, and we'll do it again.
Got some Braves wrestlers who've joined us out of their great season into their off season now. They were all raring to catch that foul ball straight behind.
Been some of the biggest fans for the Braves softball team. The wrestlers even made the trip down to Francis Marion last week. And some excitement in the crowd there as Mendoza fouls off the 1-2 pitch again.
It's a really good group of guys they've got there, led by, of course, head coach O.T. Johnson. So many great coaches around UNCP throughout the athletic department leading these programs, and very good athletic year for the Braves so far.
1-2 offering, outside for a ball, and the count runs even, 2-2. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors for the Broncos. 11 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors as well for the Braves. The 2-2 offering from Leviner, skied left side. Price calls off Norton and makes the catch in that third base spot for the first out of the inning.
So Alyssa Price taking charge left side of the infield. Nice to see there from the transfer. We'll call it their third instead of Caitlin Norton. And the Braves trying to, I think, big goal now in the back half of these innings is to shore things up defensively. Brittany Bennett talked to her side about that after a couple errors early on.
First pitch from Leviner to Pierre, misses low for a ball, 1-0. And Coach Brittany Bennett also wants to get a look at what her team could look like next year.
Yeah.
You're missing 6 seniors after this season. A couple of those came out of the lineup, get some new faces in there. This one line left side, and one of those new additions, Caitlin Norton, snags that one out of the air for the second out.
With that catch, trying to make sure she'll be around next year. Boy, what a job. Not sure if it was self-defense or just a great play at third, but all around. Tip your cap there at third to Caitlin Norton. Very well done.
That'll bring up the pitcher, Zook. She struck out looking, and her only at bat in the second inning. First pitch from Leviner misses outside for a ball, 1-0.
That's why they call it the hot corner, Alex.
Especially in softball,
Yeah.
I mean, most of them play inside the bag, so you're usually 50, 55 feet away from home plate. Ball gets down there in a hurry, and Norton reacted in a hurry to record the second out. 1-0 the count on Zook after she had a word with head coach Jackie Stickley. Stickley coaching first today. The 2013 graduate of Hastings. And the third base coach, the assistant Alex Wickham. She graduated from Fayetteville State in 2016. Winner offering from Leviner, low and inside for a ball. For the first time today, Leviner well behind in the count. It's 2-0.
Yeah, not a lot of 2-ball counts for Leviner. Has gone right at these Broncos this afternoon. Has done a good job of it in the circle.
2-0 offering. That one's inside corner for a strike, 2-1. Leviner gets her sign from her wristband on the left arm. Winds and delivers the 2-1, low and outside for a ball. And Leviner's in danger of walking her first batter of the game. The count's 3-1.
Kind of slowed the pace a little bit from her 5 strikeouts, too. Early on, you thought easily be on the way to a career high there.
3-1 offering, swung on. And just 2 strikes there. The pitcher, Zook, there in the right-handed batter's box, thought that was strike 3, or maybe she wanted that to be strike 3. I'm not sure, but she was headed back to the dugout.
Yeah, not been used to seeing Mallory Leviner at 3-1 count as we were, and probably assumed there was no way that it was 3-1 against Leviner, but a chance for that 6th strikeout for Mallory.
2 quick outs to begin the inning. Now the 3-2 offering to Zook. That one's popped straight back. And we'll do it all again.
Career high, in case you're wondering, is 8 for Leviner. 3 away from that currently, and a pitch away from being 2 strikeouts away from that career high of tying it.
They're going to be tough if the Braves do only play 5 innings today. The mercy rule can cut down on those career highs. 3-2 offering, fouled straight back. That one's coming right at us and almost in the booth off the railing right in front of us. Trevor Williams threw his hand out. He was ready for that one.
Just trying to protect equipment, really. Not an athletic bone in my body, so it's okay.
Trying to show off the baseball skills he showed the Dominican Republic a few summers ago. Assistant coach Kalen Eddings saving some lives, he claims, in the back row of the bleachers. Assistant basketball coach, that is, as that 3-2 offering once again fouled straight back.
Kalen Eddings always prepared, whether it's on the road with men's basketball or here defending fans at UNCP softball field.
3-2 once again, straight back. And Zook not going down without a fight.
Not sure what we did to Ashland Zook, but starting to try to pepper us with foul balls back here now.
Leviner's come at her with fastballs thus far. Let's see if she changes it up this time. 3-2, a changeup, and that one will float high. And Leviner issues her first walk of the day.
You can see the look of disgust from Mallory, unhappy with herself in that at-bat for getting into that situation. Almost worked back out of it, but a really nice at-bat there by Zook to foul off some 2-strike pitches and get the opportunity to work the walk.
That'll bring up the right fielder, Rodriguez. She reached on an error in the second inning. First pitch inside corner for a strike. A .340 hitter for Fayetteville State, with a unique number clad across her back, number 53. You don't see many of those in college softball. And the right fielder awaits the 0-1 pitch, low and inside for a ball, 1-1. Some clouds rolling in here at the UNCP softball field. We thought we were out of the way of rain, but some pretty ominous looking clouds out toward left center field.
We'll cross our fingers we can stay with all of you.
1-1 line left side. I want to get through for a hit. And the Broncos are threatening now. 2 on, 2 outs in the top of the 4th.
Working just their second hit off of Leviner. Got one back in the second. Leviner had been basically untouched until that long at-bat was Zook.
If the rain does come toward Pembroke and the UNCP softball field, we might have to knock down to an audio-only stream. I apologize in advance for that. And the first pitch to Nikki Brown, the Broncos' first baseman, in there for a strike. Can't have the cameras and the equipment out in the rain.
Nope, we cannot. We'll keep you all updated as much as we can on those situations.
0-1 pitch to Brown, fouled straight back off the top of the net. And the count's 0-2.
In addition, while we're talking about that, since it's a double header, when the games switch over, if you're planning on streaming both games with us, just remember you'll go back to that main YouTube page for UNCP Athletics, and you'll see a new game pop up.
0-2 pitch, strike 3 called? Maybe, maybe not. The entire Braves defense was headed toward the dugout, and I mean well headed toward the dugout. Jordan Adcox was almost in the dugout. Leviner was across the white line, but Benny McMurray never made the call. I never saw the strike 3 call. Not
Unless
sure.
he had vocalized something that sounded like strike 3.
It was a close pitch, but I did think it missed a little outside, 1-2. And the 1-2 offering from Leviner, that one farther outside for a ball, 2-2.
We were talking earlier about making friends with the umpire, and that's not the way to do it.
Not at all.
Umpires do not like to be, in that case, they would say shown up by a team running off the field, but I think just honest confusion there for the Braves the way it went down.
2-2 offering again, grounded left side. Price will field, throw on to first, and not able to dig it out of the dirt is the first baseman Brooks. So Brown will reach first, and the bases are full of Broncos now with 2 outs in the 4th.
All of a sudden, they got a chance to do some damage here in this 4th inning. That was deep in the hole for Alyssa Price, but it'll be ruled in error.
You're going to have to go a throwing error on Price there, just because if the throw is made in time, the runner's out at first base. The throw was in time, just a bad one in the dirt. So an E6 there, the Braves' third error of the game. So the Braves thought they had the third out on a strikeout. And now Leviner's going to have to get out of a bases loaded 2 outs, 2-0 count as she falls behind the center fielder Smith.
Braves will take time and talk about this, try to calm down Leviner a little bit as the catcher Adcock's joining the conversation. Carly Brooks comes in for just a moment. Reminder that we're playing 2 today, doubleheader action.
A 2-0 from Leviner. That one misses as well. Check swing in time. And the count's 3-0. Leviner 1 ball from walking in a run here in the top of the 4th.
After she came into the inning without a walk allowed. Trying to get settled back in.
And that one will miss low, and Leviner walks in a run. And Fayetteville State pulls to within 9. The score's 11-2.
The UNCP fans disagree. A tough at-bat there for Leviner, pitching out of the circle and trying to find a way to take care of business, but struggled against Smith. We'll try her hand at Lee now.
Lee, the shortstop, line left side. That one's going to be caught out there by Lexi Cox. A great first step by Cox. She moves back and to her left, 4 steps, makes the catch, and gets the Braves out of the inning without any further damage. So 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. The Broncos leave the bases loaded. We're through 3.5. Your score, Braves 11, Broncos 2 on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Back at the UNCP softball field, the Braves' lead has been cut to 9 with the Broncos run in the top of the 4th. And it'll be the job of Nelson, Bailey Hoke, and Randy Weatherington. No, not going to be Nelson, going to be a pinch hitter, Jessica Ald, to lead off the bottom of the 4th. All to 231 hitter for the Braves. The junior out of Columbia, South Carolina, transferred from Division I Campbell University. She'll take ball 1 high. On the 91st pitch from starter Ashlyn Zook. 1-0 offering from Zook, outside corner strike, evens it up at 1. Ald awaits the 1-1. That one misses low, 2-1. Ald making her 16th appearance this season. She's got 6 hits and 26 at-bats. She scored 8 times, driven in 12 runs, 3 home runs, and a double. And the 2-1 catches Ald on that guard on her left elbow, and she'll trot down to first with a hit by pitch.
Braves with the base runner once again. They've done a good job with runners on base hitting today. 6 for 15. Get a chance right away in their half of the 4th to do that once again.
That'll bring up the center fielder Hoke. She'll be making her first at bat of the game. Hoke, a 250 hitter. 8 runs scored. She does have 3 doubles. And the first pitch of her grounded second base. Second baseman misses the tag but throws on to first in time for the out. So the put out 4-3 and advance all to second.
Nearly your best opportunity for double play right there, right into the runner's base path between first and second. And almost, if Pierre had just another couple inches on that reach, was going to be able to get there, but could not quite. Good play anyways to get one, but could have nearly been 2 there for Fayetteville State.
And a shifty move from Auld there.
Yeah.
She swung her hips out of the way to get around the tag. So Auld's on second with 1 out for Wetherington. And the first pitch to the Braves second baseman misses high. Wetherington 2 for 2. She's got an RBI double that brought home 2 runs. She scored twice, was hit by a pitch in the first. The 1-0 offering to her. That one misses outside. A throw down to second to the shortstop Lee, but was not covering second base. Maybe the catcher going, just keeping her arm loose a little bit. The 2-0 offering to Wetherington. Inside corner strike, 2-1. The Braves have left 5 runners on. The Broncos 6 through their first 4 at bats. 2-1 offering high, 3-1. Zook has walked 5 batters. She's also hit 4. Struck out 2, the 3-1 offering. Strike outside corner, and the count runs full. That was pitch number 100 from the Broncos starter. 48 strikes, 52 balls.
Had the much better inning in the third, Zook.
3-2 offering, lined hard left side but foul.
Just gave up the 1 single, got a strikeout, was able to get a couple lineouts as well.
The Braves scored 4 in the first, 7 in the second. Zook settled down and put up a 0 in the bottom of the third. The Braves looking to scratch at least 1 across here in the fourth. Wetherington line center field, that one will get down. Auld rounds third, she'll come around to score. Wetherington will see that one in, scamper back to first, but the Braves lead 12-2 on the RBI single from Rendy Wetherington.
And in one game, matching the RBI total for the season coming into today. She had 3 coming in and now 3 on this afternoon. So have an afternoon, Rendy Wetherington.
A 3-for-3 day in the leadoff spot.
Now batting, right fielder.
That'll send up right fielder Shelby Thomas. She'll get her first at bat of the game here in the bottom of the fourth. Thomas, a 167 hitter. Just 6 at bats this season, 1 hit. That hit was a single. She's walked twice and struck out 3 times. The sophomore out of Bishop, Georgia, takes strike 1. Wetherington also 3 RBIs today, 3 stolen bases. Not going here as Thomas takes outside corner for a strike, 0-2.
It's great to see that ear-to-ear smile from Rendy as she's gotten on base, as we mentioned, 3 times today. All of those hits, 4 times today, the hits, and then, of course, the free base to start the game.
That's exactly what Coach Bennett wants out of the leadoff spot in the order. You've seen Rendy's average grow 50 points now. It was an even 200 sitting at that Mendoza line coming in, and now a 250 hitter. The 1-2 to Thomas, fouled right side. We'll do it again.
A nice group of fans out here to watch game 1 of this doubleheader. Braves hoping to wrap it up in their next inning.
1-2 pitch, fouled right side into the parking lot. Back toward the Cheerwine concession stand. That is so graciously run by the UNCP softball parents. Another dilemma for all these seniors leaving is the senior parents that run the concession stand. So I've been talking to them. They've been training some of the underclassmen parents to hopefully run that concession stand in the coming years.
So it's not only the seniors bringing along the Brave student athletes, but also the parents. You got to like that. A family affair with the UNCP softball.
2-2 the count now on Thomas. As Zook readies and delivers. That one also fouled back toward that concession stand. There might be too many dents in it to use next year at this rate. Might have to invest in a new one. Thomas battling here, going to be pitch number 8 of the at-bat coming her way. 2-2 count. She'll foul off another one. This one into the parking lot. Oh, not quite. Hits off the light pole.
There are a lot of smart people who park cars here at the UNCP softball field. Usually the lot full on any day when there's not a game, and then all of a sudden, you know, right around game time today, suddenly all the cars near that dugout on the first base line go missing.
2-2 pitch, good eye from Thomas, misses high. And Thomas will see pitch number 10 in a full count situation with Weatherington on first and one out here in the 4th.
With the power the Braves have displayed this year, I'll tell you what, I'm not going any lots in the left field area either.
And Thomas takes ball 4 outside. Shelby Thomas draws her 3rd walk of the season. Weatherington will advance to 2nd. We'll give Alyssa Price, the Braves shortstop, her 2nd at bat. She lined out to the 2nd baseman in the 3rd inning.
Shortstop, number 30, Alyssa Price.
Courtney Pierre wouldn't mind that again at 2nd. Neither would Ashlyn Zook. Just trying to find a way to settle down after the scoreless inning and inning ago. Now one run home already in this frame for the Braves.
Price takes strike 1, right down central. And the count's 0-1. Price awaits the 0-1 line, left side foul. Price got all of that one, but a few feet outside the white line. And Zook's ahead 0-2. Zook readies, delivers her 0-2 pitch. Swung on, strike 3. And Zook will pick up her 3rd strikeout of the game here in the bottom of the 4th for the 2nd out.
A chance to limit damage for Zook in the 4th now. Only 1 run allowed, as we mentioned, and we'll have the opportunity facing Caitlin Norton.
Norton was hit by a pitch in her first at bat in the 3rd. She was stranded at 3rd in the inning. The 444 hitter digs in on the right side. Waits the first pitch from Zook. Line left side. Quite a snag from the 3rd baseman, Mendoza. And that'll be the 3rd out in the bottom of the 4th. So the Braves, 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. 2 runners left. We'll head to the 5th. Trevor Williams will take you home. Braves lead 12-2 on the UNCP Sports Network.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
The Braves are 3 outs from victory in Game 1 against Fayetteville State. And to take you home, Mr. Trevor Williams.
Thank you, Alex, as we are into the top half of the 5th. And the Braves just need to keep an 8-run lead right now by 10. Mallory Leviner will be on the hunt for those final outs, trying to pick up another complete game on her season. Leviner came in with 6 complete games in 15 starts.
Leading off the top of the 5th for the Broncos, catcher number 7, Shakara Goins.
We'll see Shakara Goins starting the top of the 5th, and Leviner missing on the lower outside edge. First time Mallory really had any command problems last inning in the circle for her. Walked a pair, did strike out 5. Hard hit at short, a couple hops and a bobble at short for Alyssa Price's. Shakar going to safe on the air against the Braves. Number 4 for them on the day.
Left fielder number 4, Haley Knowles.
That's one thing they'll certainly want to clean up into game 2 of the doubleheader. Giving away some free opportunities. Only 2 hits for Fayetteville State. 2 runs, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth. Leviner facing Haley Knowles. Knowles showed bunt first and then pulled it back on the delivery too low. Braves could be in contention for their 21st win of the season. They have 18 wins in non-conference play currently.
That 4th error committed there by the Braves does match a season high in errors. They committed 4 March 18th in game 1 at North Georgia.
This is a team that does well defensively. They had a long stretch before this game of single errors, even an errorless game at Johnson C. Smith in the first of that twin bill.
Yeah, the Braves went from February 17th through March 10th without making more than 1 error in a game.
Nice play at third. Norton to second for 1. There won't be a back end. We talk about looking ahead for the Braves, and Caitlin Norton really showing out well at third base this afternoon.
Yeah, based on not only today, but this season's performance, a .444 hitter, stellar defense at third base. I think you can pencil her in for the Braves' third baseman next year with the exit of Jamie Johnson.
Now, those are big shoes to fill. Excuse Caitlin for not batting over 500. We've seen Jamie Johnson do that at times. But 444, that's pretty good. That'll do.
We'll take that every day of the week and twice on Wednesdays.
Madison Mendoza ahead in the count. Hits it on the ground at short. Price charging. Nice scoop in on the run. Throw on the money. 2 gone for Fayetteville State. Courtney Pierre will try to keep this 5th inning alive while Mallory Leviner tries to pick up the victory for the Braves.
A good play there from Price, kind of redeem herself a little bit. It was a similar play. She bobbled 2 batters before that time. Does a good job getting under the ball. Makes a good throw over to Carly Brooks. And like you said, Mallory Leviner just 1 out away from complete game number 7.
Again, shows some nice growth there for the Braves. Price, of course, being a transfer, but still you like to see the players they get in. If you have a miscue here or there, it's the next time you learn from it, you build from it. Braves have built the 10-run lead. This is hit over the head of Cox to left with some carry high off the wall by Pierre. Gonna plate 1 for the Broncos in a stand-up double as Pierre nearly knocked it out of here.
A good at bat there from Pierre. She was 0 for 2 coming in and gets the first extra base hit of the day for Fayetteville State in the top of the 5th. And the Broncos just now need 2 more runs to extend this game a little bit farther.
Braves have a 9-run lead. If it ends in the top of the 5th, they have to have an 8-run lead when they post that final out. And Leviner gets a swing and a miss for Ashlyn Zook, who's been the pitcher on the other side.
And Leviner only with 84 pitches, and you look at 4 errors for the Braves, 3 unearned runs on her ledger. Could be a lot less than 84. Leviner's looked stellar today. Had to get a lot of extra outs.
Braves trying to throw back to second base. That would have been a way to end game 1 of the doubleheader. Jordan Adcox took a try at it. The best Leviner can do is 6 strikeouts if it ends here in the 5th. She's posted 5 to this point. Has already K'd Zook once. Does it one more time on the batter looking, and the Braves, Mallory Leviner, with 6 strikeouts to pick up the Game 1 win in the doubleheader for UNCP. A 12-3 final as the Braves We'll take a short break and take it to game 2 of this doubleheader against Fayetteville State. They improved their 21st win of the year. Mallory Leviner, another win on her season, number 8, and a 7th complete game. We'll take a timeout again. You can go back to the main UNCP YouTube page. You'll see another game link appear there. If you want to hang out with us for game 2, we'll be happy to have you along. As the Braves win the first 12-3 here on the UNCP Sports Network.